With my current routine, I managed to lose 90 pounds, keep the weight off, decrease and manage my blood pressure. I decreased my blood pressure to the point where it's normal now, naturally, just with the things that I'm gonna mention in this video. And then also I managed to decrease my cholesterol naturally without any medication or any supplemental usage. I've been on my health and fitness journey for like the last 13 years, and this is the first time that I've been able to sustain a routine for over a year. So let me know in the comments if you want a separate video about how I sustained my routine while I was working night shift and what that routine looked like. In today's video, I am going to share with you my routine that worked for me in detail, back with a little bit of science, and really understanding my own behavior and just finding out what really works for me. Now let's get into it. Hello, my name is Derica, and I lost 90 pounds naturally, honey. We are still applauding about that. If you have been here, welcome. And if you are new here, welcome back. And we're gonna get into it. Okay, so to give you a little backstory, in 2021, I gained 35 pounds. In 2022, I lost 30 pounds. I got pregnant towards the end of 2022. And then I gained 65 pounds while I was pregnant, and then I lost 90 pounds postpartum. I used to do extreme diets and extreme exercises, and eventually I would burn myself out. That would lead to me becoming burnt out, stopping my whole entire health and fitness journey for months, maybe even a year at a time. And then I would gain a bunch of weight back and then start the cycle all over again of extremes. I did that for years. My current routine is simple, it's flexible, and it's something that I'm able to keep up with no matter what I have going on in my life. Even while I was working night shift as a nurse, commuting an hour to and from work, and breastfeeding. When I became pregnant, I developed elevated blood pressure, and then postpartum, I continued to have elevated blood pressure, and I also had elevated cholesterol. If you have any chronic disease or want to change anything that I mentioned in this video, consult with your provider. This video is meant for educational purposes only. It is not meant to diagnose or treat. Now let's get into it. First thing that I want to talk about is how I plan my week on Sundays. You pick whatever day that works for you, but I definitely feel that when I plan my week out, when I start planning my week out on a Sunday, that it just kind of sets the tone for the rest of my week. I am still flexible with my planning, but when it comes to anything that you want to show up for and be disciplined with, you have to plan. There's no way around it. We have to plan for our meals. We got to plan for the days that we want to work out. We have to plan for all of it, or you setting yourself up for failure. So I'm actually planning for the days that I'm gonna work because I have a flexible work schedule. I'm planning for the meals that I wanna prep. I'm making out a grocery list so that I notice that when I go to the grocery store and I don't have an idea of what I'm gonna cook for the week, I'm more likely to spend more money at the grocery store, which I don't want. Groceries cost too much. So if I go in the grocery store kind of blind on what it is that we plan on preparing for the week, then honey, that grocery bill gonna be high, and I also don't like food going to waste. And because I do YouTube now, I'm planning for the days that I'm gonna film, the days that I'm going to edit. I'm planning for the days that I plan on going to the gym. I'm planning for the days that I plan on walking. Like, everything is planned out. What I notice is that when I don't plan, I don't show up. And I also wanna say is that anybody that you know or that you watch who has lost major weight or who shows up and have a health and fitness journey going, they're planning. They're not just showing up. They're planning and mapping everything out. Like, I have to go grocery shopping once a week because I don't like to freeze my meat. There's nothing that I really put in the freezer except for my frozen fruit for my smoothies. So most of my food is in the refrigerator, and as you know, that doesn't have a long shelf life. So let's talk about what's included in my routine. Okay, so I lift weights 2 to 3 times a week to stay strong and boost my metabolism. I walk pretty much every day. I aim for 15 to 30 minutes on the days that I work and 3 miles on the days that I'm off work. During the spring and summer and a little bit of the fall, I'll walk outdoors depending on the temperature outside because I don't like being cold. During the colder months, the winter and the fall, I prefer to walk indoors and I'll walk on my walking pad. And honestly, I lost the bulk of my weight walking on my walking pad. I prefer to work out in the morning time because I'm more likely to go. That is when I'm most energized. That is when I'm most motivated. And I'm more likely to get like a really good workout in. I notice that when I wait too long, I'm either not going to go or I'm gonna get a workout that I am like low energy doing. Okay, so with the TWA, because y'all been commenting about my TWA. So with the TWA this time, I need to know how I'm supposed to style it. Another thing I want to talk about in my routine is my intermittent fasting and my eating windows. Typically break my fast around, baby, that was a big bug. Y'all know I'm dodging. I typically break my fast around noon, and I like to stop eating between 7 to 8 p.m. I just worked my shoulders in the gym yesterday, and honey, it actually kind of hurts to hold this camera up right now because I feel like I'm like constantly engaging my shoulder muscle. The hours that I'm eating is between 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. and then I'm fasting from 9 p.m. until 12 p.m. the following day. What fasting until 12 p.m. does for me is it helped me to be more productive in my morning time. I don't know about anybody else, but like to sit and cook and then like I just be ready to get up and go. So it just helps me to be more productive with like my fitness aspect. And then I'll break my fast and fuel my body afterwards because I'm typically done working out before 12 p.m. It also helps me to be very intentional about my food and what it is that I'm breaking my fast with. Studies have shown that intermittent fasting can actually improve insulin sensitivity, which is crucial for managing your blood sugar and potentially decreasing your risk of having type 2 diabetes. I start my day off with fresh lemon ginger tea. I actually buy fresh ginger root and then I cut that up and boil it, and then I'll squeeze a little lemon in my tea, and that helps to kind of wake my body up, and it also helps with digestion. So another thing I noticed is that when I wait too long to eat, I'm more likely to grab something unhealthy just out of convenience. But also when I eat more whole food, I'm less likely to crave sweets. Like when I'm on my whole foods kick, y'all, and I'm being consistent, I do not be craving anything. like my body feels satisfied. I drink beet powder when I wake up in the morning. Either I'm just mixing beet powder with water and just drinking that straight out, or I'm putting the beet powder in my smoothie when I break my fast. I've learned in my postpartum journey that one of my friends actually told me that beet powder can help manage your blood pressure. And I'm not saying that it do or it don't, but I'm saying that when I started drinking or consuming beet powder on a regular basis, my blood pressure did in fact decrease. So that is not me trying to attempt to give medical advice. That's just me telling you what worked for me. That's also not me telling you to stop taking your blood pressure meds. If you do take blood pressure meds, consult with your provider first. So the next thing I want to talk about that I incorporate in my routine is meal prepping and planning out for my nutrition. Make my life easy as a mom who has 2 kids and I'm a wife. I like to cook easy meals, especially for work, because I'm the only one that has to eat it when I'm prepping for work. So I like to cook meals in a Dutch oven. I like to bake meals. I will put everything in a sheet or 2 different sheets and throw that in the oven and bake it. And I am a crock pot girly. I love throwing a bunch of vegetables and throwing some meat in a crock pot and slow cooking it. My food is like cooking itself, is what I feel like. Like it's kind of like I did this one little step and then later on, like dinner is ready. Or if I'm doing it for work, it's like I did that step and then later on, dinner is ready. Put that, package it up, and then it's good to go. I like to do easy meal preps. Another thing that I found that works for me, as far as like keeping consistent when it comes to like my salads and my fruits, is that I wash all of my fruits and vegetables on the days that I go to the grocery store. I don't let it linger in the refrigerator because I'm less likely to eat it. So I'll wash all of my fruit and put all of it in the container. If I'm doing like pineapple, I'm gonna just cut the pineapple up and I'm mixing all of my fruit together. I kind of make like a fruit salad, I guess. And then I'll pull from it. I notice that the kids eat it, my husband eats it, I'm eating it. We are much more likely to eat the fruit because what I noticed is that before, when I would buy the fruit and vegetables and just let it sit in the original container in the refrigerator, it always would go bad. And what I say, Derrica do not like wasting no money, y'all. So when I buy my fruits and vegetables and I wash it right away, I'm much more likely to actually eat it. I had mentioned this in another video, but you guys know that I make one big salad. So wash my vegetables, cut it all up, put it in the container, make one big salad for the week. And again, we are more likely to eat it because it's already there and available. And I feel like life hack is making soup. Making soup is a life hack. I love a meal that I can put all of my food groups together in one and just cook it all. I like those, and then I also like the skillet meal. And my main focus is protein and fiber because that's what's gonna help me stay full for longer. It's gonna help me stay the most energized. I don't feel super heavy. Like I feel light. I feel light and I feel energized. And I wanna speak on hydration because that's another thing that's included in my routine. So you guys know I don't drink plain water. I'm either gonna mix half filtered water and half coconut water, or I'm going to squeeze a fresh lime into my filter water and add a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. Those 2 things are for electrolytes, and it's for natural electrolytes, and it's for fluid balance. And you're never gonna see me out anywhere without water. I carry my water everywhere with me. I'm never gonna have the excuse of, oh, I can't drink any water because I don't have any. Like, no. Everybody know, it's so funny because my husband calls it my bro jug. So everybody knows that if you see me, you're gonna see me carrying some water. I don't go anywhere empty-handed. And if I don't have the water on me, it's in the car. It's not far behind. I need my water to be accessible at all times. And I noticed that anytime I accidentally forget water, I am thirsty. I'm like the most thirsty when I just forgot to bring my water. As y'all know, I don't play about my sleep. That's another thing that's in my routine. My sleep and morning routine. I'm gonna start with the sleep routine. Well, I wanna say one thing. Everybody, like the 5 a.m. morning routine, which I absolutely love. It gets me girl, your whole day will be done by like 12. You can already accomplish everything. You wanna talk about a productive morning? Get up at 5 a.m. But what I wanna mention is, my bad, cause I'm climbing. What I wanna mention is getting up at 5 a.m. is great. But in order to successfully get up at 5 a.m., and actually feel awake, and like to get your body to the point where you're getting up at 5 a.m. and you don't even have to set an alarm because your body's naturally waking up, you have to have a good bedtime. You have to strive for 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. So me, I'm getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. As far as mornings, I wake up earlier than my family. I have to. As soon as they're up, my shift starts. And when I say my shift, I'm talking about my shift as a mom and a wife. It starts. So I prefer to get up earlier than my family, to start my day sooner so that I'm able to tackle and, accomplish some of my fitness things for the day before they're even awake. So, a mom got a mom, a wife has the wife. But I noticed that I'm hot. I noticed that when I wake up earlier than my family, I'm able to kind of focus on myself and focus on my own personal goals before they're even up. But it's also very peaceful to be able to start my day without the noise of anybody else that's around me. So that morning routine, or those my mornings when I'm able to wake up before my family, I notice that I'm my most productive emotionally, mentally, and physically. So the next thing I want to talk about that's included in my routine is practical movement and my neighborhood walk. A lot of times, I'm not gonna lie, like I come up to the Petro Park, but a lot of times I'm walking my neighborhood. Why? Because I don't have to commute anywhere. I'm able to just go outside and just walk. Sometimes that commute, it takes away from the actual walk itself, especially when you're pressed for time. Another thing that I used to do, which I don't even do anymore, but I used to do, was walking on my lunch break at work. Walk on your lunch break, honey, you killing 2 birds with 1 stone doing that. But I average around 10,000 steps a day, and that's just by moving my body and being intentional about moving my body. So I'm gonna take you through my routine and what my days actually look like. I'm gonna give you a variation of what my days look like on the days that I'm off work and the days that I do work. Okay, so a day that I'm off work, I'm waking up around 6 a.m. Between 6 and 7 a.m. I used to get up at 5 a.m. but I learned that I'm able to accomplish what I want. And I think I'm being a little bit more lenient too because it's the summertime, but I'm probably gonna be back getting up at 5 a.m. once school time starts back up. So if my husband is gone at 6 a.m. when I wake up, I'll walk 3 miles on my walking pad while the kids are sleeping. I have like a little camera on my son, so I'm able to see him when he wakes up, but I'm usually able to get that 3 miles in on my walking pad, which is in my basement. And if my husband is home, I'm able to go outside on a walk. Now, I typically don't go on walks at like 6 in the morning, but like closer to like 7 a.m. is where I'll just go outside and go for a walk. So then after my walk, I will get my tea ready, steep my tea, and then I will take a shower and get ready for the gym. If my son has daycare that day, I'm getting him ready after I get myself ready. I'm waking him up and getting him ready, and then dropping him off at daycare. So again, I like to be at the gym by 10 a.m. And then y'all know I like to work out like up to 60 minutes. So after I leave the gym, go back to my home, I'll make me a smoothie. So then after the gym, I'll go home, break my fast with a smoothie, eat some fruit, eat a salad, just eating some lunch. And after that, if I have errands or, an appointment or whatever, or if I need to film or edit, I'm doing those things within that time. Typically during the school days, I have to get my daughter by 3 o'clock, and then I have to pick my son up from daycare about 5:30. So I'm trying to be very productive during that timing. My goal is, when my kids are out of school and my husband is home, is for me to put my work down. So I'm trying to be productive before everyone is home. And evening time looks like me playing with the kids, doing baths, cooking, serving food. I'm doing the works in the evening time. And then I like for all of that to be kind of wind down by like between 7 and 8 p.m. So then my nighttime routine looks like the kids are asleep or they sleep ready. My nighttime routine looks like me and my husband trying to spend some time together, okay? I try to stop eating by, again, 7, 8 o'clock p.m. is where I try to stop eating foods. What actually helps me to stop eating foods is by brushing my teeth, because I have to wear retainers because I had Invisalign a couple years ago. So as soon as I brush my teeth and do my whole little mouth care routine and pop my Invisalign in, then I don't want to eat anything, because then I'm gonna have to do that process all over again. But within that evening routine, brushing my teeth, showering, putting on my pajamas, once I put my pajamas on, my body is like, oh, it's time for bed. Bed is near. Bed is near. So that is how I kind of wind down in the evening time. And then I like to be in bed at the latest by 10. But when I was getting up at 5 a.m., I would sleep at 9 p.m. So on the days that I work, I actually get up at 5 a.m. and I walk 1 to 2 miles or 15 to 30 minutes. That's the first thing I do when I wake up in the morning. And then after that, like I have like a whole, the routine is real strict on the days that I work. So then after I do my walk, then I'll start to prep my tea and then I'll shower. And I have like a whole little stretch routine, like a 5-10 minute stretch routine before I go into work. I have to ground myself before I'm about to be in front of a lot of people, okay? So typically when I meal prep, I'm already putting everything into my containers. So all I have to do is pack my food up. I don't have to do any type of prep or putting the fruit into the container or putting the salad into the container because I've already done that. I did that when I made the big salad and I know that my work shifts are about to come up. I've already prepped. So all I have to do, I try to make my morning routine as easy as I possibly can on the days that I work. So that consists of me walking, making my tea, and then making my hydration water. And then I'm not actually making any food or putting anything together. I'm just packaging it up, putting it in a bag and getting it ready to go. So then I go to work, and then the evening routine is the evening routine. Everything else is pretty much the same after I get off of work, except I don't cook on the days that I work 12-hour shifts. I'm working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I'm not cooking after that. I will, if I work 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., I'll cook after that. And I noticed that honestly, probably because I'm so habitual, especially where I'm able to really sustain and keep up with my routine on the days that I work, I'm my most strict and productive because I'm my most prepped. So like when I'm at work, and not when I'm at work, when I'm at home on my off days, like my house isn't as prepped. Like I have to cook, and versus I'm already meal prepped for work. So when I go to work, it's kind of them the days that is like really is helping me to keep up with my routine and to help me sustain my lifestyle. And sometimes I'll do a second walk in the evening time just with the kids, just to get the kids out the house or to get my son out the house. I'll do a second walk with them. I want to talk about why this routine works for me and why I've been able to sustain it. This is the most consistent that I've been, and for this long of a time, I'm actually really proud of myself. But it's probably also the reason why I don't gain the weight back. It's not probably, it is the reason why I don't gain the weight back. I'm not burnt out, I'm not sore. I don't feel like my lifestyle is super strict. I don't feel like it's extreme at all. It's a very nice balance. It's a nice balance. And I'm not yo-yoing, I'm not going back and forth, and I'm not stopping my routine for like months at a time because I feel like I need a break from being super extreme. I don't feel that way. Yeah, this routine just genuinely works for me. And then I want to say this because this is really important. I'm not chasing perfection in my routine. I allow myself to take breaks. I allow myself to take time for family vacations. I allow myself to stray away from my routine, but because my routine is so easy and it's not dreadful, I think that's why it's always so easy for me to kind of just fall back to where I was before and where I feel my best and where I feel my most energized. I have a toddler, baby. I have a toddler. Why y'all ain't tell me? Oh, well, y'all told me, people told me, they told me, but having a toddler is not for the weak. I have to keep up with that. And it's a lot. I focus on consistency over intensity. And it's been over a year of me living this way. And I feel like I function my best when I make a habit out of a routine. And it just so happened that the routine that I made a habit out of is something that is a contributor to weight loss because everything that I'm doing is compounding over time. And now at this point, like it's just a lifestyle change. It's my lifestyle. So these things come natural to me because I've been doing them for so long. Side note. I went to the gym this morning. I went on a 3-mile walk. this morning, and now I'm walking and recording. We gonna see. Let's play a game. Guess how many steps Derica have from her 3-mile walk going to the gym and then doing a second walk while she's filming. Let's guess how many steps I have. I want y'all to comment down below. How many steps do you think I have right now? And then I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna upload it in here. Don't cheat, I'm watching. If you've tried everything and nothing seems to stick, maybe you don't need more willpower. Maybe you just need to build some systems and structure and work with what you have going on in your life right now and aim for success. Maybe you just need something realistic. And with that being said, just start small, walk more, eat real whole foods. And when I say real whole foods, I'm saying like unprocessed foods. Sleep, hydrate, and rest. You do not need to be perfect, because I had that thought in my past, and that's why I was yo-yoing and stopping and starting. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. Because everybody that you see who look fire or who has taken control over their health, they ain't do that overnight. They had to create systems in place in order for them to remain consistent. But that's what changed for me, is thinking about small habits that I can change and to show up for the small habits and to not be super extreme and to just keep showing up and to remain consistent and not feeling like wearing my body down or burning myself out in the process of doing so. That's like in it, right? Because time gonna keep going. Time gonna pass. Regardless if we showing up as who we are or showing up as who we want to be. Time is going to pass either way. So who you want to be? You want to be somebody who is setting an example for your kids or your future kids. You want to be somebody who is somebody who you would have looked up to as a kid, or you want to be somebody who just keep making excuses. Hey, I walked 3 miles and then I did leg day today, and then I just did another walk while I filmed. Yo, who do I think I am today? Like Superwoman? Again, I can't stress this part enough, is that this has been the easiest routine for me to maintain being a mother. And you know, when I had the kids, I do things with them. I'll take them to the park, play with them, go outside and play with them. I'm constantly moving my body. Like, it don't have to be a structured exercise. It's about what you're also doing when you aren't physically exercising. And again, I was able to sustain this routine, working night shift, having an hour commute, having an infant, and breastfeeding. So it's really all about what you want. Like, it's a mindset, but it's also discipline. It's also you creating systems to set yourself up for success. It's a combination of things. And once I got out of my own way, because I had that all or nothing mentality where if I only do a little bit, it didn't count, or if I didn't have enough time to do all of it, then I wasn't gonna do any of it at all. So personally, me creating something that I don't dread and that I don't feel like it's hard is a huge part of the reason why I'm able to show up. And then now at this point, it's so much ingrained into my routine and schedule that I don't really have to try to do it. Like, it's just something that I do. It's a part of my routine. Then there's one more thing I want to say. I need to get me a weighted vest. So I want to know, again, in the comments, if you have a weighted vest that you love, and if you do have a weighted vest that you love, can you please drop the link down below? I can't decide on the weight. I can't decide on if I want something that's like 15 pounds or like closer to like 25, 30 pounds, but let me know down below any suggestions on a weighted vest and the actual weights that you like, the weight that you like to walk with. Let me know. Oh, I forgot. As I promised that I was gonna take a photo and let y'all know how many steps I have. Let's see. Wow. That's how many steps I have. Y'all, I did a big one today. Shoot, I might hit 20,000 steps today. And if you're on your own health and fitness journey, join me for more weight loss, realistic weight loss content. I'm gonna see y'all again soon. Hey, 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 hey.